Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We are back at surviving Pertam, the wastelands, and today we're going to try to finish up the truck, the drilling truck, and its trailer, and hopefully get that going as soon as possible. But first, I have a bit of a time lapse for you guys as I did a few things before making this video. Alright, so one quick update in the tent at least is a cryo chamber. I use this mainly because I needed to go pretty much AFK and wait for all the ores to produce at the refinery. And if I didn't have the cryo chamber or sat somewhere decent, I may just, die, lose my stuff if I don't come back in time. So I created a cryo chamber, sat in it for a while, went AFK just to make sure everything gets produced. And we should be set. And now we got a bit of silicone, a bit of nickel, so we can continue making our stuff here. I think we produced a bunch of bulletproof glass so we can finish the truck's front, which is something we didn't finish up previously because we didn't have bulletproof glass. So now since we have that, we can go ahead and weld it up. And pretty much the truck is nearly done. Everything has been welded up and painted for the most part. So a bit same color scheme here, which is the red and white and a bit of a silver here. We just got finished up the batteries, and I think that's about it. And then after that, we definitely need to make the thing that goes onto the trailer or the bed, truck bed, which is the mining drill. That we're gonna have to build out somehow. We might have to build it out kind of horizontally instead of vertically because it'll be a lot easier to build it horizontally. And we'll build it on top of the bed here, basically. And I'm not looking for a complicated system, so I'll probably make something as simple as possible if I can. But yeah, right now, just gonna have to run back and forth, get the bulletproof glass, get it all welded up, and we should move on from there. Alright, so our truck is all welded up here in the front with the windows. Now we are now kind of covered and framed up and no exposed areas like before. Alright, so it looks like this here, for some reason, is different color. So let's just paint these guys up. That should do it, hopefully. Alright, so now we gotta think about building the bed of the truck or the drilling rig on the truck here. So what I need initially, of course, is going to be steel plates, interior plates, and construction components just to start up building the framework of it. Alright, got our stuff, our materials. We're gonna build it on the top here. So I did add a few ladders so I can climb up easily. I may need to remove these ladders here on the side when we're ready to get this thing rolling, because it's gonna be a little bit difficult in terms of, I'm not sure it's gonna add any issues when it folds down. So what is the plan here? I'm thinking initially thinking connectors to connect to it, but I don't think I want to connect into it because there's no purpose to really connect into it, to be honest. If I wanted to connect into it, yeah, like the suggestion said in the comments, should have made everything connected into the truck, but I kind of don't want to do that. So what I'm thinking is just going to be maybe something simple, and that's just going to be maybe some landing gears, and so we can kind of clamp into the drilling rig itself, and we just got to put a few of them so we get a good connection of it. So where can we put that? I kind of want to make it over here somewhere, but I'm not sure how tall we want to make this thing right now. Either 1 or 2 large cargo containers would be best. I think 1 is better than 2 because of weight issues. But we can always give it a stab and try for 2. So what we're going to do here is probably drill out this hole right here. I'm going to actually do just to save some space. Drill this out. Put in, you want to put in maybe hinge or a rotor. Let's put a rotor here. So we can put it on the side here. And I hope we can kind of weld it up. And we're set. We have our rotor. And one of the main reasons why we're using a rotor is because I'm going to use small landing gears. I didn't want to use large landing gears because it's just ginormous. And it's kind of not necessary. So I really want to do a smaller head instead, which made it a little bit it would make it a little bit easier in terms of, you know, the sizings of the item itself. And get up there. As you see here, it's a smaller or lower level than using a large one. So if I use a large one, as you can see, you know, it's huge. So we gotta probably dip one down, but we don't have room to dip one down, so we can use this here in its place. And if we wanted to, we could probably add I think we can add more to this somehow, right? If not, no, I don't think so. So we'll leave it as that. But we're gonna need additional ones just in case. So we have one here. We probably want to have one maybe down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away. And just in case, we'll do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away. So what we're gonna do is add the rotor here again. We'll add one here as well. Get rid of the top head, or the big head, rotor head, and weld up the rest. And it looks a little dangerous to be doing this because we're shaking a bit, but I hope it fares well. Alright, our landing gear is all set. So we have 3 identical ones, and we can place our drilling system on top of this. So adding the rotors, I'm not it does add a little bit of weight, I believe. So it's probably not a significant amount of weight, so we should be okay. Let's just make sure we can still lift this up. Looking good, not too bad. Alright, looks good. So what we want to do also is grab those rotors. We're just gonna call this the rotor bed, just for the hell of it. And these guys, we can group them as the rotor bed. And also let's lock them in place so we don't want it to go anywhere. And that should be good to go. The landing gears itself, we can group them as well. We can leave it as auto lock because we're gonna back up into the drilling rig so that we can lock in place. And I hope the ladders on the bottom are not gonna cause any issues. No, we should be good. Perfect. That's pretty much vertical. Looking good. Still got the batteries to build out, but we can do that in a little bit. But first, let's just grab this, put this guy back down, and we should be adding the rest of the stuff here. So the plan is to build some kind of a casing for it. So what we're gonna do is have a large cargo container, so we can put that there. But we probably build the outside piece first. So I'm gonna need some stuff. I'll be right back while this thing falls down. Alright, so we're gonna do a large grid drilling system. So we definitely need to place the large cargo container, but I'm gonna case it up a little bit. So how do I want to do that? I don't want to make it too high, because if I build it too high, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain to transport, because it's gonna be too high of a truck. So when I'm thinking of a casing, I was thinking of adding you know, surrounding blocks around this. So let's just say I had that here. I wanted to kind of put things around it. So like have the blocks surrounding it. It's gonna be wide. It's gonna be like that wide. That might be too much, but it makes it safer to have a system like that too. So maybe one end I can leave it alone for now and just build it on top of these landing gears for now. If I can just do that. Oh, that's gonna be a little terrible. Huh. We need to build this as simple as possible for now, and then we'll fix it up later, I think. So we're gonna drop this here. I was hoping that it drops a little bit better than that. Alright, that's good. Alright, so that's gonna hold it there. And now I need to get to the other side, which is a bit of a pain, I think. Oh no, perfect. Alright, so do we want 2 cargo containers or just 1? We can always go big and then go small later, but I don't think I can even place this right now based on how it's positioned. So let's just do it this way. There, perfect. All right, now we have 2 cargo containers. It's a little bit towards the side for whatever reasons. And here's where we definitely need batteries on this thing too. So we got to find a spot for that. And we also need to add the casing, but we could do that later because we need landing gears on the very bottom. So 2 is not too bad. All right, that's not terrible at all. All right, so with the drilling system, I think I'm just gonna make it go straight down for the most part. So it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4th one right here. And I think we should be set. That should be okay. And in terms of landing gears and stuff, we're gonna need to build this out here a little bit. And I think what we're gonna do is use a well, we still gotta build out the drill. So actually 4, I think 4 is fine. Maybe too long, I'm not too sure. No, it should be okay. I'm thinking of making a very simple drilling system. So maybe we do the rotating drill instead of like a hinge drill. So we can actually go a little longer. Alright, so here we can put the drill. And we could definitely do 1, 2, 3 over there. Do you want to make it 5 wide? We can potentially make it 5 wide, so let's just do that. There. 5 wide. So now I'm getting a little worried of using the rotors to have it hold on to this whole rig. It's getting a little sketchy as it's already turning a little bit, which is not good, even though they're rotor locked, I believe. So the landing gear situation is a little different. So I definitely need a longer platform on the side to put in the landing gears, or I can potentially put a piston instead on the side here with the landing gear. I mean, that's an idea. I can do that or not, either one. But potentially, I can easily just do this instead. Just extend it out a little bit so we can just go. We can go out this way and out this way. And I think we just need 1 or 2 more blocks this way, and then we can add on our landing gear. So I think that should be okay. Nope, we're a little short, which is unfortunate. But I need to build some kind of way to get up there to kind of work this a little better. I should have built a better crane system, to be honest, to get that rolling. But let's see. Yeah, we can just do this. Alright, so it looks like we're short, probably by 1 or 2 blocks, so we can easily take that one out and add 2 more blocks here and here. Then we can add our landing gear right here. That's actually not too bad. So put that there, and we gotta do the same for the other side, which is going to be a bit more of a problem because it's a bit off of the trailer itself. So we probably have to build on here. This is the struggle of, you know, pretty much not having any flying machines and no jetpack. So we gotta kind of build it out a little bit differently, or not build it out a little bit differently, but we have to just kind of manipulate it somehow in a way, so we can get around all these weird situations. All right, so I think we can do this actually. Yep, we're just gonna design around it for now. We're gonna make it look a little bit better later on when we have a better idea what it kind of becomes or looks like once we have it on top of pretty much once we have it on vertical, basically. So I think it's easier to build things on the side like this for now. Perfect. Go. And now we can easily walk by and kind of build it out this way. Well, not easy at all, but we can just do that. I think that worked. Yeah, that's connected. The next few won't be connected, so that's gonna be a struggle. But I can just jump here, perfect, and build it straight down. All right, so that's actually not too bad. So I stopped here for that one, so that's here. So now we're even. This one is going to be the issue. Of course, I built it completely different. Then let me scratch that. I built it on this side here first. Alright, so that makes it a little bit easier, but not too much more easier, but as long as we see a little bit of a gap, not see too much. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we swapped, and I just almost overjumped. Alright, so we gotta place this one here, but I don't know which way I have it. Let me see if I can drop some blocks down. Alright, that might work. Alright, so then we can flip that around. And I think from here we went straight into a landing gear. So let's drop this block down. 1. How much do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I fell. Alright, there we go. We have our landing gear for now. And what we got to design this a lot better, but we can kind of see if we can move this thing a little bit. Let's just weld up what I can and see if we can actually transport this thing. Alright, so we welded up most of the steel plates for the time being. So we should be okay. We just gotta weld up the large cargo containers. We also gotta weld up the pistons. Yeah, and we also need to think of an idea of how to, you know, release the materials, the ores. I was thinking of using a connector and use it just to dump it somewhere near my tent that collects it. I think that'll be a lot quicker or more simpler than actually trying to park it and trying to find a way to stick the connector into a spot just to collect the ores, which is maybe a little bit more tougher. First, didn't want to weld everything up just yet because I want to test to see if we can actually maneuver this guy at all. So, we're moving a lot more to the, I think, the left of the truck. I don't know if I can actually get around this. Oh, which I did easily. Alright, cool. So let's just head down here to the button. Let's see if we can lift it. Alright, so as you can see here, it is not moving whatsoever. So yeah, it's a bit of a weight issue. It's trying to go up, but it's not going anywhere. So what we may need to do is increase the torque. Alright, so I had to increase the piston's torque a little bit so we can pick up the weight. And everything's kind of leaning to the right a little bit. Alright, so let's hit this reverse button. Let's go on spectator mode just so we can take a good look at this. But it looks like it's picking up the weight, which is great. And what I wanted to do is stick on the floor as soon as it touches it. So hopefully that does work with the auto lock on the landing gears. So it's still going, it's nice and slow, so it's not too fast, which is perfect, which is good. And it should oh look, it's kind of swaying to the side a little bit, so that it's gonna straighten up just a bit more. So the landing gear should lock, but it's not, just yet at least. And I think it should lock somewhere right there, and that wasn't good. The auto lock landing gear wasn't a good idea because it looks like it swung the whole entire truck. I think the truck hit my base a little bit, and I pretty much lost the front of the truck, which looks like it's down there. And most of it is pretty much messed up. I'm gonna have to get my body back because I do have tools that I need. Let me just get those quickly. And wow, the whole entire thing flung my whole backpack all the way over here. It's quite a distance. I guess I got myself a little overconfident in building such a big rig without, you know, being a little more careful, and really messed me up. So I don't know what to do now. Probably gonna have to take the time to rebuild it and maybe actually build that drilling part of it more vertical than on the bed itself. So I think I'm gonna try to rebuild this whole entire rig later down the line. But yeah, I think I should have done it a little more careful. I wasn't expecting it to clang like that and destroy everything. I thought it would be just nice touch and lock, but I guess not. So it's unfortunate. That was a lot of hours wasted, I guess, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out sooner or later. For the time being, I think I'm just gonna call it for now, and I'm gonna have to find a way to rebuild all this. Alright, I'm gonna get the spectator mode on really quick. Let's see the destruction. So create a large hole here. Holy. It pretty much, the front of my truck is completely gone. The drilling system just fell off a little bit. My antenna's here still, but this took some damage, which was interesting. Oh, my stairs that I made is pretty much messed up, which took some time to make. And here's some remaining parts of the truck. So that wasn't great. what are you gonna do? Things happen, I guess. So yeah. Alright, as much as that sucked really bad that now I gotta rebuild the whole truck, it was still fun to make and kind of see the explosion of it. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and feel free to leave us some comments. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.